Hey guys, and this is Amit from Sfdc Panther. So as we all know that there is noise in a video after a few minutes. The video is related to EMP API, and this is why I'm recording this video again, so that you can all can learn about what is EMP API and how you can use this particular EMP API for your use case for your projects. So when we can use EMP API, basically we use EMP API whenever we wanted to some real-time notification, that we can say that let's say that we have two users that are viewing the same record at the same time, and one of the user have modified the record so that we can display the notification to the other user. Uh, s- this will be useful in case other user is also trying to edit some fields. So if user will get notified that some other user has changed the record, so that particular user will refresh the page and will get the updated value that has been made, that changes made by the user one. So there is also one use case that you wanted to keep updated your external data system with the help of a platform events, change data capture, or push topics. You can also go with the EMP API. So for this, I already have developed the code that is already available in my GitHub repo that you can get. This code has only two components. One is simple lightning component where you can see that we are using lightning EMP extender and just putting the aura ID so that we can use it in controller for subscription and unsubscription. And then we have an handler. This handler is so that it can call the method at the time of initialization of the component. And then we have a type of map attribute where we are storing the subscription, and so that we can hide or we can gray out, or we can enable the button that is for unsubscription. So we have two buttons. One is for subscribe, so that user can click on that button to subscribe the event, and then we have another one that is for unsubscribing the EMP API, whatever the events are. And the input is here where you can define what kind of event you wanted to subscribe. It may be platform event that here you can see. It may be change data capture, or it may be push topic. And then in the controller, we are using onInit method that is responsible for getting the EMP API with the help of our ID. And then on error, this is standard method of EMP API. So let me show you where you can find this particular information about all these methods. So let me show you that here in the EMP API you will get. And then we have subscribe, which method is being called whenever user is clicking on subscribe, and then unsubscribe, user is clicking on unsubscribe. So we do have two more method. One is called subscribe for subscribing the event, which takes three parameters. One is whatever the channel we wanted to subscribe, the channel, that is the value here we are able to give in the event that we wanted to subscribe, and what is replay ID. So for initializing the event, it's always -1. And then the error callback method, whatever the callback method where we will get the event, whatever the data we are receiving from the event, what are all the information that is being sent by the Salesforce. And we also have one more method. It is saying that if we don't have any event received, like let's say that first time if we are user is clicking on unsubscribe button, subscribe button, then we will not be able to get anything else. So it will just console that we have subscribed this channel, subscription whatever this channel is subscribed, and then it will set that value to the subscription attribute so that we can use that for unsubscribe. And then we also have one method that is unsubscribe, who takes two parameters. One is subscription, the subscription that we have already subscribed the event and the channel, and then the callback method. It will just unsubscribe the event, and we will update the variable here. So to find that, here you can just find EMP API, and here you need to find this or on not lightning web components or API. So here this is the code that I'm using, so you don't need to worry about that. So for methods that I was discussing about, you can see that here the subscribe method, what is the channel replay ID, and you will also get the details here next to that, and then on whatever the callback error is or callback messages. Then we have unsubscribe, and then on error. On error is means like if we have any error while getting or receiving the event, you will get this particular that EMP API error and whatever the error message there. So let me show you. First of all, I'll show you the working example where I have developed to show that we have two. You can see that sfdcma.lightning, sfdcma.lightning. Let me show you the user information. So if you, where is that? Okay, if you see that here, you can see that I'm logged in as Amit Singh in this screen, and in incognito window you can see that I'm logged in as Naren Singh. So both users are viewing the same record. You can see uh, in the detail page, if you go, you can see that Deloitte US Indian Naren, and here you can see that the same account we are reviewing. So now if I'm going ahead and making changes to this account, and let's say that I'm just checking with this LRC notification component, and if you click on save this, mm, okay, we are getting users. Let's undo this. We're going to change anything else. Let's say change this. Going to save it, and you can see that this particular user is getting notified warning. It is saying that warning, record you are viewing editing has been updated by another user. See, the record is here. So if you click on here, click here, then you will get that particular record, the updated record, whatever the value I have changed here, you can see. And now if I change this here, let me try it changing by some value here with the help of Naren's user, and I'll see. You can see here this user is also getting notified that this particular record has been updated. You can see it here, and as of now here, if you see in the phone field, there is only 495, but this particular thing has not been updated. If you click this particular thing here, click here, and then you will get that the phone has been updated here. So this is a simple use case that I developed, and then now for the practice purpose, whatever is there here, you can see that we need to add that particular component here in our detail page, account detail page. I just added, this is the platform event. I'm just going to refresh this. You will see that that particular thing is here. So for this platform event, we need to subscribe the platform event either from the trigger or from process builder or manually from developer console. So for this demo purpose, I haven't written any trigger on the updation of account. So I just will show you from the developer console. So let me just click on subscribe. You can see that we are able to see the debug, subscribe to channel, whatever the channel we have given here. And now here from the developer console, I'm going to just run that particular code, which is just modifying one field. So I'll just execute it. And after executing, if you go back here, come back, you can see that received event. You are able to see that receive event and whatever the field. If you come here, if you copy this field, sorry, copy this data and go to the URL, you can say that JSON beauty or a JSON viewer. And if you will beautify the JSON here, you can say beautify. You can see whatever the data that you have entered for the for particular platform event, whatever the fields you have given here, you can see we have given only account modified as true. So this is why we are getting that field here, we account modified as true. And then whoever the user created that particular, means which user has subscribe the event and what was the time for subscription of the event, and here you will also get the replay ID. And this is the schema ID that is dynamically generated by Salesforce. But in case of platform event, there is one thing that you need to you must have noticed, or let me tell you what it is. In case of platform event, you have to specify each and every fields here while subscribing the event. Let me here let me go back to the account record. If you see that we have many fields, like you can see that approx 20-25 fields here. Let's say that if you wanted to get the notification on updation of any field, you wanted to get the notification, then how you will get? You have to create all the fields here, and then you have to check which fields has been changed, and then you need to check the map that data with the platform event, and then you have to subscribe the platform event. So to overcome these kind of issues, Salesforce has introduced change data capture, that can simply that can be simply capture all the events, whatever the events that may be DML, any kind of DML. It may be delete, update, insert, or undelete. And if you are changing any field in this particular that particular record, whatever the change data capture has, you will get notified. So but there is some limitation that in case of change data capture, there are few standard objects that are supported, and and all the custom objects are supported. So here if you go from the setup to the change data capture, you just need to enable the objects. You can just select objects from left hand side to the right hand side, that's it. And these change data capture are available. You can use this change data capture. So in my previous demo that I was showing you for the notification, that actually I'm implemented with the help of change data capture. So how this work for the standard and custom object? So let me show you that. Let's say that it's change data capture, so we just need to here change data capture, and let's say that for standard object we have enabled for account, so it will be account change event. So and then if you wanted it for some custom objects, let's go back here. You can see that it's address book, so it will be address underscore book underscore change event, same like as sharing rules. So if you click on subscribe here, I'm getting some error file subscription for subscription of the change data capture. Let me go back here in this my demo org, and we'll check the code and we'll see if there is any difference. Okay, so this is the code that it's the component. You can see here controller, you can see. Okay, in the helper there is main, it's data, and then event to subscribe, whatever event we are giving here. So forward slash data, and then if you go back here, edit, I already added that component here in this page. So you will be able to get that particular things here. So I just need to find out where I added. I'm not able to find that thing. You go back here. Okay, these are required fields that I need to fill. I'm just going to delete this component. This one is here, you can see. Okay, account change event, it's the same. Let's go back here and just type data, and we'll type account change event. We'll see. Okay, we are still we are getting the error. I'm not sure why we are getting there. You can just go ahead and and try with all these options. For the topics, you can just go ahead and post topics, and whatever the topic you have created, you can just go ahead and create that topic over here for the testing purpose. And I already also have done this in a external system for the same with the help of account change data capture. This is the code that I'm using. So I can just go ahead and show you how this is working for the change data capture. I can just going. I'll just type this. I have developed this particular code in Node.js. And this is just for the demo purpose. You can just see. You can see the code is running here in 9090, and already I'll subscribe all these things. Now if I go back to my account and I'm making any changes, saving it, you should be able to get information over here. Okay, let's wait if you're able to get, and let me check that if you have changed that particular thing here. Yep, we are already subscribing. We also subscribing coupon and address books. In the meanwhile, we can go back here, and then we can also check for the coupons and address book as well. So let's go here. You can see here coupon. You can just go ahead and create one more. Anything else? You can just say 34, just for practice purpose. Mhm. Okay, I think I need to go to the localhost 900 and then okay, I can just go ahead here in server and I'll check. You can see that we need to go, we need to navigate to the notification here. Can't get notifications. Why? Mm-hmm. What input we are getting here? Still formatted date. And then we are subscribing this all data. Okay. Mm-hmm. Using inlet, password. Cool. Okay, so we can just leave it. This is not the right file. We just need to run cdc dot this one cdc.js. This is the correct file. Now we are getting whatever the instance URL is, whatever the token is here. And now if I go ahead, make any changes, and let's say that I'm just changing on the coupons, and then I'm going back to the accounts and making any changes on any account. Let's say that test address account. I'm just changing account of field, and I can just save it. And if you go back, okay, we are still not able to see. Is there any issue with this? we're able to check this. Okay, address book change event, coupon change, account change event. There might be something we are getting the error because we are also not able to subscribe this particular thing here in account as well. So we can just give a small try here for like instead of event we can just try subscribing platform event and see if this is working. So there might be some kind of error on change data capture from Salesforce side. So we can just now try by going ahead, just okay, we can go ahead here. Yeah, you can see that we are able to get that platform event here. So there might be some error that we are able to get, we are not able to locate here while subscribing the change data capture. I'll go through with this and let you know what the error is. So this is all about platform events, sorry, EMP API that you can do this. This is a very cool feature that Salesforce has introduced to reduce the overhead of developing the components with the help of some external JavaScript libraries. So thank you guys for watching the videos, that the time you have taken out for watching this and for waiting to get record this video. Thank you guys. See you soon on the next video related to Lightning Web Components.